Sadhu. Sadhu.
Let's do our chanting before we start our meditation. You can turn to page number 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
The three refuges.
Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Next page. The 5 precepts.
Panati pata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Adinnādāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Kāmesu micchācārā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Musāvādā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Suramēlaye majjhe pamādatthāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Let's read the affirmed 2 vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති.
Homage to the Dhamma.
ස්වාක්ඛාතු භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදිතබ්බෝ විඤ්ඤුහිති.
Homage to the Sangha.
සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ ඥායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ යතිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුංගලා ඒස භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනියෝ පාහුනියෝ දක්ඛිනියෝ අංජලි කරණියෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
ගණසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදං සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං.
Offering of incense.
ගන්ධ සම්භාරයුත්තේන දූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං.
Offering of flowers.
වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහි. Pujemi Buddhang kusumine nine punyene metene labhami mokkhaṃ puppang milayati yatha idang me kayo tatayati vinasa bhaṃ.
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante paniyam parikappitam anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttame.
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante gilane paccayang imang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttame.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbhetani supatittitang saririka dhatu mahabodhin buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being.
Incewa maccante namaste namaste manu ratenate yang punyadi sandang vipulang alatantang tasanu bhavene hatante rayo.
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone for our meditation session. We are already into the month of December. The time is moving very fast. So we should utilize whatever time left for us to purify our mind, to train our mind, and transform our mind to the best mode as we can. So today also, utilizing this precious time, you have decided to join us and then put some effort to develop and train our mind and gradually guide our mind to be in the best mode it can be, to train our mind in loving kindness and in mindfulness. So the more we engage, more we let our mind to be in those states, and that those qualities of loving kindness and mindfulness become a second nature in our life. So we should utilize any opportunities that we have to purposely bring our mind to that wholesome state. The more we go to that state, more we stay in that state, it becomes part of our life, the part of our mental continuum. So I'm so glad that all of you have joined us today. So let us rejoice this moment, rejoice this opportunity that we all are together in this difficult period. We have support to each other. So with that, just rejoice this moment, this opportunity, this fellowship, this supporting community. So our friendship, just rejoice. And rejoice your decision to come here and utilize this time to grow our mind, to do a wholesome practice. Just rejoice this moment. With that, rejoice, make a determination that I will engage in a committed practice right now. I will give myself and I will engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this opportunity. I will make use of this wholesome gathering and I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, let us listen to this bell and gather our whole attention this present moment. Let us use the sound of the bell to turn our attention inward, to gather our whole attention, establish that attention in our body. Let us keep bringing our attention inside throughout the bell and then throughout the chant. Feel your body. Let us settle ourselves in our body. Just go around your body and feel each part of the body. feel where your legs are touching now. Observe the sensation of touch. And feel your bent knees. And feel where your body touches the chair or cushion. Observe those pressed muscles against the cushion or chair. And feel your upper body, your whole back area. Observe the areas or spots in your back where you feel your clothes are touching. And feel your shoulder blades. And gradually you can move from your shoulders gradually to your arms, and feeling how much we can feel in our arms right now with our clothes or other sensations. Moving through arms all the way to elbow. And slowly moving all the way to palms. Try to feel the both arms one after the other. And feel the warmth or any other sensation in your palms. And also bring the same attention to your belly area. And observe the subtle movement in the belly. And slowly bring the same attention to the chest area. And feel the subtle expansion of the chest with the breath. Just be in the body. We have been all over the place throughout the day. This is the time to be here and now in the body. Just feel whatever sensation that are available in the body. And let us settle ourselves in this body. Be in the body here and now. Our body is the anchor to keep our attention, our mindfulness in this present moment. With this awareness of the body, we can further relax our body. We can gradually release some tensions, stiffness, tightness in many parts of the body. Let us try to purposely relax our body a little bit further, releasing all the tight muscles in the body. We are all sitting in a very safe place, in a very protected environment. So therefore we can let go of any vigilance or any tightness in the body. We can completely relax in this friendly, protected, safe environment. Let us give a chance to our body to completely loosen itself to relax. Let us use our breath to relax our body. We can relax our facial muscles. We can purposely relax our forehead, simply trying to drop our eyebrows a little bit down. And also simply dropping our jaw inside the mouth. If our teeth are clenching to each other, we can gently drop our jaw a little bit and relax all the muscles in the mouth. And we can invite a gentle smile, to relax all the muscles in the face. And we can further relax our shoulders and chest. See whether we can drop our shoulders a little bit further. We will use our breath. We can lengthen our in-breath a little bit and release that breath slowly, dropping our shoulders a little bit down further. We can also lengthen the next breath also, in-breath. Lengthen the in-breath a little bit, slowly. And when we breathe out, we will drop our chest a little bit down. We will have another lengthening breath, long breath. And release that breath. While releasing, let's see whether we can drop our belly a little bit down. We can keep relaxing, releasing in any parts of the body. If you have any tightness, any discomfort, any pain in any parts of the body, just take a moment to focus on that part of the body. Let us try to relax that area, taking a little long breath and paying close attention to that area. When you are breathing out, allow that area to relax, release, and drop. Let your hands simply rest. Let your fingers simply lie there with no tension, tightness. Simply let your fingers lie on each other as relaxed as they can. Everything is relaxed. Everything is loosened up. With this relaxed body, we will let this body to be as relaxed as it can. Simply let it be here. Gently let it be in a very, very relaxed way. Letting our body to rest here, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind. Let us simply watch what is coming to our mind right now. Simply watch whatever the thoughts, memories, or images that are popping up in the mind. Without developing any one of them further, we will simply keep noticing them. Random thoughts, memories popping up one after the other. This is the nature of ordinary mind. Let us remind ourselves whatever thoughts that are coming to our mind right now are not necessarily real. They are either related to the incidents happened in the past, they have already happened, they have gone forever, they are not going to happen again in the same way. We will simply let go of all these thoughts, memories. They are not happening now. Whatever the thoughts that are related to the future are simply projections, simply imaginations. They are not also happening now. We will simply let go of them. We will wait until those things happen. They are not happening now. We will let go of these thoughts and simplify our mind. Just being in the present moment. With this present moment awareness, let us make our mind as wholesome as we can. In this moment, let us invite a wholesome quality to this mind. Our mind has been conditioned by so many things happening outside throughout the day. But right now, we will purposely make this mind as wholesome as we can, not letting it to condition by external things, but internally, purposefully developing a wholesome state. In this conducive environment, let us invite a wholesome quality to our mind. Loving kindness. Loving kindness is the inner capacity that we all have. It is one of the most wholesome mental qualities. Loving kindness is the willingness for everyone to be well. Loving kindness is the wish of well-being for all. Loving kindness is the friendliness to us all. Let us open our heart and generate that loving kindness. Open-heartedness, friendliness, just like when we meet the most trusted person in our life. Just like when we are with the most trusted friend in our life. Or just like when we see a little baby, smiling face of a little baby. Or just like when we are petting a little puppy, kitten, or any other pet. Let us bring our mind to that level of openness, that level of goodwill, friendliness, that is loving kindness. How good if everyone in the world is safe, happy, and peaceful. How good if everyone can become like that. Let us generate that willingness for all. Let us create that intention right now in our mind. For wishing all beings to be well. Let us maintain this wish, this willingness, and cultivate this loving kindness stronger and stronger. We can do it by making more and more wishes of loving kindness. The more wishes of well-being we make, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. Let us keep wishing for a while until our loving kindness becomes very strong. Let us start with ourselves. Making a good wish to ourselves with the same friendliness and open-heartedness, just like we treat our best friend, a little baby, little puppy. Let us treat ourselves with the same level of kindness, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, and make a nice good wish to ourselves. May this person sitting here be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes you would like to make to yourself. If you have a special concern, just make an appropriate wish right now. If you like to be a little stronger emotionally, make that wish. If you like it to be healthier and more healing, make that wish. If you want to have a clear mind, more clarity, make that wish generously. Let us now take a moment to direct the same loving kindness to our body. And directing this loving kindness to this body that has been helping us to live our life for many, many years. Feeling appreciation and gratitude to all the organs and all the systems of this body. Feel all these systems and direct this loving kindness to heal the whole body. May these lungs and whole respiratory system that is helping us even right now to breathe, may this whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digesting system all the organs in this whole digesting system, stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, the whole genitourinary system, the whole system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain, the all different parts of the brain, that regulate the whole function of the body. May this whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these muscles throughout the body, all the ligaments, tendons, and tissues be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these bones, the large bones, the tiny bones, and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, each corner of the whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to all others, wishing well-being with the same level of intensity and genuineness to all others. May all the beloved people in our lives, may all our family members, and all our friends, including the spiritual friends who are meditating with us right now, may all of them, all these beloved people, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those close people to all other people living in this whole surrounding area. Whoever the people living in this whole region, in this whole surrounding area, may all of them be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us expand this wish beyond this region to all other faraway places, wishing all people, all beings living in faraway places. Let us genuinely wish for all people and beings living in every direction. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our front, all of them, living from here all the way to faraway places. May all beings living in this direction right now be well, be well, be well. May all people and beings living in the direction of our right, let us direct our loving kindness to this direction, the right. Every one of them living in the direction, near and far. Be well, be well, be well. May all beings and all people living in the direction of our back, whoever the beings living in this direction right now, may all of them be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, every one of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all beings living in every direction, above, below, all across, each and every living being, without exception, be well, be well, be well. Rejoice. Rejoice this limitless loving kindness, this genuine wish of well being towards all beings. This loving kindness has no boundary. It is pervaded into every direction, embracing all beings to this wish. Rejoice. Rejoice this limitless, wholesome loving kindness. Rejoice in this wholesomeness. Let us now enhance the peace, calmness that we developed through this loving kindness meditation. As a result of this loving kindness, we have relative peace, calmness in the mind. Let us enhance this calmness by simply resting our mind on our breath. In this peaceful moment, we can feel the flow of our breath. This breath is always there for us to come and rest. This breath is happening right now. And this is the best place to rest our mind. Let us closely feel the in-breath and closely feel the out-breath. Let us pay attention to the length of the breath, in-breath and out-breath. Let us pay close attention to the changes happening to the breath. Let us be with our breath for next few minutes. There's no hurry, nothing to worry. Everything is still. Only the breath is happening now. Let us be with the breath, bringing our attention back to the breath again and again. Gently come out of the meditation. Dukkha pattaca nidukkha bhaya pattaca nibbaya sukha pattaca Nisukkha Hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently put your palms together. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers, the enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to whoever helped our meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful to anyone who tried not to disturb our meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful even to this device that helped us to connect to this meditation, and to the cushion that we are sitting on, or the chair we are sitting on, and this bell and everything. With deep gratitude towards all people and all things that helped our meditation, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Okay. I hope that we all had a nice meditation. And so it is already December, Bante, right?
Yeah.
Already December. So time is going very fast. We are still not able to meet physically, right? Yeah. And so, it's still, sometime, when we think about, the situation in the country, numbers are really going up. And so I think I was thinking about that, already December here, we still, haven't kind of managed it, really well, so hope.
After the summer, especially, but
Yeah.
so many people hope that in summer something will
Happen, yes. So these, of course, eventually, we will be able to, find some solution, because many people are working hard on that. But what really came to my mind is that when we don't have much control of the external world, right? And we can kind of manage a little bit, but we don't have much control of the external world. Therefore, I think we should put more and more attention to our internal world, because that's the world that we can actually have some control, not in the strict sense of control, but we have some agency to do some changes within, which is also not easy. But at least we have some opportunity to do that. So therefore, we should pay more attention to that aspect. What kind of changes that we can bring, we can do within ourselves. That is exactly why we want to meditate, because it's only when we start changing within ourselves, our internal world, that we get the ability to change the external world. So like paying attention to change our internal world, our internal abilities, is also in a long run an effort to change the external world. Anything that we find in external world, anything that we that have constructed in external world, are the things that we constructed first in our mind. Right? So once we made it in our mind, and then it can manifest into actual thing outside. So making changes to our internal world is also eventually making change to external world too. So we should pay more attention to that. So therefore, in the month of December, there are 5 Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 Wednesdays. So today is the first Wednesday. So I decided on these 5 Wednesdays, I will have one series of talk, a series of talk along the same theme, along the a set of 5. In Buddhist teaching, we have different sets. So we have sets of 4, sets of 5, sets of 8. All kind of the numerical sets. So I thought I will choose a set of 5, and then we'll discuss in these 5 Wednesdays, from today and then next and next. Okay, so the set of 5 that I selected for you is called 5 Indriyas. 5 Indriyas. Bhante, how you translate the word Indriya?
Indeed, normally we find we use to denote senses, Bhante, right? There is a simple term, mind, right?
Yes, sense of what. But if you get the etymological meaning of Indriya, Indriya.
Maybe it is a secondary derivation of a noun, maybe Indra.
Indra, yes. So Indra means
something like to lead.
Lead, yeah. Indra means leader, right? So Indriya can means that which lead us. Whatever that which lead us, that which control us, right? So what really control us? Is the external world that control us, or do we have it develop an inner strength to control us? That's an important question to ask. So Buddha talks about 5 Indriyas, and so Indriya means that will lead us, that will control us.
You have to check whether the leader is outside or inside.
Inside, yes. And usually, so as you mentioned, Bhante, the term Indriya is also used to denote our sensory organs.
Yeah.
So the eye is called chak indriya, right? Yeah. So the eye indriya, the ear indriya, the nose indriya, the tongue indriya, the skin indriya, and the mind indriya, also mind as a sensory organ. So we have these indriyas also. So mainly external 5, right? So because in normal life, in ordinary person is being driven by our senses, our sensory organs, right? Whatever we do in our life, if we really think deeply, whatever we do in our life is in a way kind of effort to gratify or enjoy one of our senses, either to gratify our tongue, or gratify our nose, gratify our eye, gratify our ear, maybe gratify our tactile, our skin, tactile, to get some tactile sensation. So generally, we are driven by our sensual pleasures. We are driven by our sensory organs, which means we are driven by external stimulus. And that our senses are like directed to get external stimulus and towards gratification. So we are driven by this desire to gratify our senses.
Then they need our senses.
Yeah, I mean, our
five
five sensory organs kind of lead us, control us. That is the normal life. But then Buddha used the same term, indriya, to refer to a different set of powers that are different from our sensory organs, that are internal, that can be developed into leaders, that can develop into powers that will lead us. So they are called spiritual, the five spiritual powers, which are indriya, or five spiritual powers. So I'm going to talk this five spiritual powers on 5 Wednesdays. So these 5 spiritual powers, more like internal powers that we can develop to somehow override the power of our sensory gratification. And instead of being driven by external world, we can develop this inner potential to drive us. And those spiritual 5, there are 5 such abilities that we can gradually grow. We have those potentials. We have those 5 powers as actually as faculties. First, we have as faculties, and we can then develop them to become powers. Initially, they may not be powerful enough, but we have those faculties, those capacities. Those 5 internal powers are called, let's say, internal faculties that can be developed into powers are called saddha, which means, let's say, faith or confidence. And then virya, which means persistence or effort. And then sati, which means mindfulness. And then samadhi, which means tranquility. And then panya, which means wisdom. So faith, let's say confidence, faith or confidence, and persistent effort, mindfulness, tranquility, and wisdom. Those are the 5 spiritual powers that we can grow within us. So we will be paying attention to each spiritual powers in each Wednesday. So today I will focus on the first one, which is the saddha. Saddha is generally translated as faith, which is kind of close translation. But whenever we hear the word faith, usually we understand faith as a kind of belief, belief in certain set of doctrines. So faith in a creed, certain kind of set of beliefs. But what we mean by saddha is not that kind of faith. The here faith means the confidence or the faith that we can achieve something beyond our normal capacities. We don't have it now, but the confidence that if we follow the correct method, we can achieve that. So it's not a faith in a set of beliefs. It's not a faith in a creed, but a faith in a potential. Faith in a potential that we all have, but we develop that faith when we see others who have developed those abilities. So it's mainly the saddha is the confidence in transcending our ability to transcend our normal default limitations of the mind. We know that one thing, we have certain limitations in our mind. We know that we can, for example, let's say we cannot concentrate our mind for more than few seconds. Something, that ordinary person will have hard time of focusing his or her mind for more than 5 minutes. So that's limitations, right? And then for many people, it will be so hard for them to bear some disappointments. For many vast majority of people, it will be difficult for them to confront an argument. And those things. So we have those limitations and those certain tendencies. So we all have that. But Saddha is the faith that we can somehow transcend them. We don't have to be in this way all the time. This is not the only way to be. There's a more higher way that we can live. There's a higher mode of being. Have confidence in that potential. Have faith in that potential is called saddha. So, that is what we mean by saddha. It's a potential, and it's like, for example, let's say we are suffering right now. Let's say we are having a suffering, but we can have faith or confidence that this suffering is something that I can gradually overcome. So we haven't gone there yet, but having the faith and confidence, we can. It is a spiritual power, actually. If one can develop that. We are not there yet, but having the faith that if I continue this practice, I will go there. So faith is a driving force for our transcendence. It's a spiritual power. It's something that motivates us to do. So it's developing that faith, faith on potential of our human minds. Our mind is much capable of, it has so much potential. Our current mind is not the optimal mind. Our current mind is a mind with so many limitations. It is conditioned mind, so it has been conditioned by so many factors. But this is not the optimal way that our mind can be. It has the potential to go beyond that. Having faith in that potential is called saddha, confidence. And so usually we develop such a faith when we see other people who have achieved such a higher personalities, that great minds. So our best example is the Buddha. So when we learn more about the Buddha's great wisdom, how he analyzed things, how he really penetrated into the reality behind our existence. And when we learn about his ability to withstand all these difficulties, his compassion, so we get an idea, what human mind can become. And when we learn about other enlightened masters, enlightened masters, maybe the immediate disciples of the Buddha, and maybe other disciples of Buddha, the compassionate teachers, the teachers with such great level of patience, and also other great personalities in the history of humanity. When we see those people that are doing things that many people are not capable of doing, maybe the higher level of endurance, higher level of patience. So when we look at these personalities, so the faith is something that we initially develop by looking at a personality, looking at great personalities. So therefore, for us, the one best personality is the Buddha, the great example of the Buddha. So when we see those personalities, we become aware that it is something that we can also gradually develop. So so in order for us to develop our faith, we need to associate, or we need to be familiar with great personalities such as the Buddha and the other enlightened masters and other great personalities. The more we become close to them, more we become familiar with them, and more we develop the faith. Yes, this is people have done this. And in the case of the Buddha, we have additional inspiration comes, because the Buddha is not only someone who developed go beyond the limited mind, but Buddha has also given the clear instruction how anyone else can become like him. So when we learn more about the Buddha, we develop the faith not only in the Buddha, but also we develop faith in his teachings, in his techniques that he has given to us. So that is why in traditional, when we talk about the faith, we say faith in the Buddha, which means the great example, and guide, a teacher, and the faith in the Dhamma, the great his teachings, that anyone else can become enlightened, go beyond the limited mind. And then the faith in the Sangha, which means the community of disciples, the community of enlightened disciples of the Buddha, and who have followed the techniques that Buddha has given and achieved that in state of the mind. So the faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And when we develop faith, actual faith arises in our mind when we learn more about the Buddha, when we learn more about the Dhamma, when we learn more about the Sangha. And then we develop, this is something that can work. So therefore, this saddha, this faith that we are talking about, is developed based on knowledge, not based on like belief, or not based on fear. It is developed based on knowledge. So it's more like the faith or confidence that we develop as a result of knowing more about the great personalities, knowing more about their methods. Like when we, for example, when we can have faith or maybe confidence in a teacher. Let's say when you are a small child, you are amazed by this teacher's ability without really much knowing, just amazed by his appearance or ability. But that's the more primary level of saddha. But the real saddha is when you also learn like the teacher, and when you also graduated from the class, and then you become aware, this is what the teacher was telling me. Now I realize it. So far you didn't realize it, but now you are becoming to realize what the teachers want to tell you, and teachers understanding. Now you are realizing the teacher's understanding, and then you develop deep appreciation for the teacher, right? And so the saddha is related to appreciation, deep appreciation, deep esteem, respect we develop towards the teacher. So it's developed. It is based on knowledge and understanding. So the more we understand the Buddha's teaching, and more we understand the qualities of the Buddha, and we develop more faith. And then also the more we understand and the teachings of the Buddha, and more we realize the nature of our mind, and then we develop more faith, confidence that I can change my mind. And this is this is how the mechanism of the mind, this is how it works, and this is how it works in the meditation. And when we have more knowledge about that, you develop more confidence. Yes, I'm not there yet, but I can. That is what we call saddha. So it is actually it is from the saddha. It's like saddha is usually to some extent, but you haven't experienced it fully. So you through reading, through listening, through association, a little bit. Okay, this is how we can go beyond our limited mind. This is how I can overcome my suffering. This is how I can overcome my anxiety, and this is how I can overcome my fear. So you become aware of that, but we haven't achieved that yet. But in order for you to achieve from whatever little knowledge you have to have a faith and confidence to put those things into practice. You have to have confidence, faith in the teacher. You have to have faith in the techniques. Otherwise, you will not put this into practice. It is just like Bhante, if you want to take some medicine, you have to have great faith in the doctor, right? And if you want to have a surgery, you have to have a great faith in at least in the doctor, or maybe at least in the health system. Otherwise, you will not willingly let them and let them put into anesthesia and then let them operate you, right? So in order for us to even when you go for a dentist, you will open your mouth and let the doctor to do whatever necessary, only if you have faith in the dentist. Otherwise, you will not do that, right? So in the same way, we had to have some kind of faith and confidence in order to put these teachings into practice, because these techniques are going to change our mind, right? So we have to have that kind of faith and confidence. But let's say you want to go to a dentist. You don't know anything about this dentist. How do you feel? You feel suspicious about that, right? Maybe you can have some blind faith. Okay, never mind. he looks like a good guy, right? So you have blind faith. But let's say you get an opportunity to look into his credentials, what kind of exams, what kind of certification he has. Or you can, look at the reviews he get from others. Or you can meet other patients who have been treated by him, right? And then and the more you know about the doctor, if he is good, and then you develop more faith, more confidence, and you'll be more comfortable to go and get the treatment from the from the dentist, right?
Yeah.
Of course, many don't like to go to dentist, no matter.
Yeah.
But
I just remember a short story one day. So
yeah.
there's a person who was ready to for a surgery.
Mm.
He was excited and something like
Anxious.
anxious.
Mm.
So the doctor asked, "Why you are feeling anxious?" So the doctor, "This is my first surgery, therefore I am." The patient says, "Okay."
A patient said, "This is my first surgery.
That's why
I've never been operated."
I never been this kind of condition surgery. Then what doctor says, don't be fear. So this is my even my first surgery what I am going to as a doctor too. Then what happens?
Then he got more anxious.
More anxious and unconscious. So he lost the face.
Oh, I love
face
yeah.
with
When the doctor said, "Don't worry, this is also my first surgery," right?
Yeah.
And then he got more anxious. So, but if the doctor has more experiences, we will not become anxious, right? Yeah. So I think that the saddha is something like that, Bhante. Saddha is that that confidence and faith we develop as based on knowledge, based on more experiment, more like investigation.
For a long time, we have to examine.
Yeah.
teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
The
That is
person.
why in Buddhism we have two levels of saddha. One is called baseless saddha. We can develop baseless saddha, like the developing faith based on appearance or whatever. But the higher form of saddha is called reasoned saddha. Reasoned saddha, like reasoned confidence, like when the confidence and faith we develop after reasoning, after an investigation. Yeah, reasoned faith. That's the faith that Buddha encouraged us to develop. But we've been until we develop such a mind, we don't know yet. We know a little bit, but in order for us to become, we need to put these teachings to practice. In order to put these teachings to practice, we need some confidence and faith before we go there. So it is a saddha that move us from what we know to what we don't know yet. It is the force that move us from what we know to what we need to realize. Yeah. Okay. So in that sense, actually, saddha is an energizing power. Energizing power. So while I'm talking, I also want to remind you that if you have any questions about the faith that we are talking today, there's a spiritual power, inner power. And if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to know a little bit more, you can actually use the chat section, live chat section, and put your question or make your request right there, and please feel free to do it while I'm talking here. So in that sense, Bhante, saddha is an energizing power. It's kind of it's more like inspiration. When you see a great teacher, when you see a great personality who's having an extraordinary way of living, extraordinary way of being, and you get inspired by it, and then you investigate a little bit and you realize, you make a sense that it seems to work. For example, now when we meditate, when we put this stage into practice, little bit meditate, and then when you realize that, oh yes, I can catch my anger now. You have some glimpses of some experience. I can catch my anger. I can catch my urge to say some wrong words before I say it. And when you have those experiences, you develop this confidence that looks like this technique works. I need to put more. I need to practice more. And so it's an energy. It's an energizing power. Yeah. So when we meet difficulties, it is the confidence. It is the faith that help us to move. Otherwise, sometimes our meditation may not be successful every time. Sometimes it takes time. It takes long time to see some benefit. But we need to have patience. We will develop patience until we will see results only if we have faith in the teacher and in the teachings and also in the community. Otherwise, we will give it up. Many people start meditating and very quickly they give it up because they don't have faith. They don't have patience to we had to have that faith and confidence. We had to learn first and then have confidence until you get some result. These things are not happening as fast as we want them to happen, right? So it's very important. So what we realize here, actually, the faith, the saddha that we are talking about, is actually developing this inner confidence and inner willingness to put into practice something that having faith that something good will happen. Although we haven't achieved there. So it is there's a willingness to act there, willingness to practice there. And so ultimately, whenever we hear the word faith, the usual understanding is that either it's a faith of a certain set of beliefs, certain creed, or faith in a savior, that someone else will come and somehow save us. But the faith that we are talking about, what really spiritual power is, actually, it's not like you are believing someone else will come and save you, but you are believing, you're having a great faith and confidence in great teachers and great personalities, and then follow their example and follow their techniques and practice and developing the faith with the inner potential. Ultimately the liberation and salvation is within you. So it's a different kind of faith, actually.
Yeah.
And
it does not depend on the teacher or only on the teacher, only on the practice, but in oneself.
Ultimately it's oneself. But in order for us to have a real experience, we have to have some example, we have to have some inspiration, we have to have a technique, and we have to have a willingness to put this technique into practice, although we haven't realized result yet. So in order for us to move from whatever we know a little bit and then to the realization, we need that confidence and faith. So based on whatever we know, we can have some glimpse. This looks like it's, this seems to work. This seems to work, and develop faith and confidence and move. The more we know about teacher and the techniques, and the more faith will develop. So it's a spiritual power. So if we develop this inner confidence, that and we can change our mind, and we can overcome our sufferings, and we can go beyond our the limited way of being. And if you have such a confidence and faith within you, it is a spiritual power that will lead you in your life. And so instead of being driven by external world, instead of being driven by our sensory organ, and your decision will be driven by this faith, this saddha, and your actions, your deeds, will be driven by this saddha. So that's that is the spiritual power that we need to develop. So I hope that you become aware of that, your capacity, and the way to develop this capacity is to learn more about the great personalities, and learn more about the techniques that we can change our mind, and learn more about the teachings of the Buddha, and learn more about the other spiritual teachings, if you like, and learn more about the other enlightened masters. And the more we learn about them, and more we develop more we confirm to ourselves that this is something we can do, and then we use as inspiration and keep practicing it. Of course, there are other spiritual powers; they are all related. But the Buddha said that actually faith is the seed. Faith is the seed. Yeah, because in order that this is the seed, this is where everything starts. If you don't, if you haven't been inspired by anyone, there's no change will happen in your life, right? And first we have to have inspiration. Who I want to become. what kind of who I want to become. And of course, in at the end we become nobody, but initially at least we had an example of someone who already became nobody. But that is where we start everything. So I hope that we understand that in a power, one inner power called faith, confidence. In Pali we call saddha. It's a deep, it's a confidence in inner potential that we can move beyond who we are right now, and we can use our enlightened masters as an example and be inspired by them, and have that urge, have that willingness to practice, and that is faith. Okay. Let's say whether you have any questions or any thoughts or any suggestions. Looks like they already have developed faith in us, right, Bhante? but remember, the real faith is not the faith that you simply develop, out of like blindness. The real faith is the confidence and faith that you develop after investigating about it. So, okay, if you don't have any, okay, we have. Bhante, do you have a question? Anything?
Yeah. That is appreciation.
Appreciation. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let us now move to the next part of the program. And if you have the chanting book, and turn to page number 14. And if you would like to have a chanting book for yourself, we can post it to you. You can also mention about it in the chat box and send your address, and we will post it to you if you want a chanting book. Please, make that request and write your address in the chat box. Okay, let us now move to the next part in page 14, and this is the time for us to share the goodness that we developed by coming here together and doing this practice together. We developed so much goodness in our heart, created so much good merits, good karma, and we can share this good karma with so many others. First of all, let us have a mind of gratitude, and remember all the people who loved us, who helped us so much in our life, our family members, our departed ancestors. Let us think about them and share this goodness with them generously and with kindness, compassion. Let us share this with gratitude. We will share this goodness with them. May all of our departed relatives, our family members, share these merits. May they benefit from these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ce amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Yeah. Now we will do our blessing chant. We will chant the Loving Kindness Sutra, the great sutra given by the Buddha with great compassion for all sentient beings. And we are going to chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you all good health, stronger immunity, healing, protection. And we will keep all of you in our mind and do this chant. And we hope that you will receive these blessings, the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha, the blessings of the wholesome vibration that we are generating now, the blessings of the loving kindness that we are radiating now. May you all receive all these blessings and be protected from every way. May you be blessed with good health, peace, and happiness. You can also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with. And recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive healing. May all of you receive good health, strong immunity. May all of you be peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang sangtang padang abhisamicca sakko joca sojoc suaco casansa modu anatimani santo seko ca sobharo ca apakit Sallahukavutti santringdriyo ca nipako ca ampagabbo kolesu ananugindo nachakut samacari kinciyena vinyu pare upavadeyum sakino vakemino hon Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatanta ye kecipan bhutanti tasavat varava anvasi sadigha ye mahantava majjimaras kanukatula dittava yeva addittaye chadu vasanti avidure bhuta vasambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sakhitatana paro parang nikumbeta natimang Tachinang kanchi vyarosana patigha sanyana manyas dukkha mitchaya mata yathaniyam พุตตังอายุสาเอกพุตตมนุรักเกเอวัมเปสัมบบูเตสมานสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังเมตตังเจสัมบโลกัสมิมานสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังอุดดังอโดจติริยังอาสัมบาดังอเวรังอาสปัตตังติดตังจารังนิสิงโนสยานุวายาวตัสสวิกขดมินโดเอตัมสติงอดิตติบรหมเมตัมวิหารังอิดมาโหเดตติงเจอนุปกังมสีลดัสสเนนสัมปันโนกามิสุวินิยเกตะनहि जातु गब्बसेयं पुनरेति एतेन सच्च वज्येन सोन्ति ते होतु एतेन सच्च वज्येन सम्बरोगो विनश्यतु एतेन सच्च वज्येन होतु ते जय मंगलं सम्बेतियो विवज्जन्तु सम्बरोगो विनश्यतु माते भवन्तराय सुखी दीर्घायुको भवतु सम्बमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्बदेवता सम्बबुद्धानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवतु सम्बमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्बदेवता सम्बधर्मानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवन्तु ते भवतु सम्बमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्बदेवता सम्बसङ्घानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवन्तु ते Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever good deed you did during today or yesterday or a few days ago. Recall to your mind a kind deed, an actual moment that you were able to help someone, you were able to listen to someone, or even like a simple act of kindness like feeding a bird or anything like that. Just recall an actual incident of a kind deed. Let us rejoice these moments of kindness in our life. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Recall to your mind some help, kindness, care, and concern you receive from others. Remember an actual moment that you were helped by someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you everyone for joining us today and really appreciate your participation. And we hope to see you in another session. We have many online sessions, but surely on Wednesday. So we will talk the next spiritual power on next Wednesday. Okay. Wish you good health. Stay safe and warm. Thank you.